Hello, my name is Jesus Cordoba, and I'm a student who's pursuing a major in psychology. In this presentation, I will share the most significant findings from the three studies I analyzed on psychological factors that influence bottled water consumption. After seeing environmental movement happening today, such as the Friday for Future protests started by Greta Thunberg, it is clear that the population is becoming aware of the damaging effects that humans have made on the planet. Anyhow, some environmental issues, such as plastic usage, are still impacting the planet greatly. What is interesting about plastic contamination is that there are psychological factors that can increase or decrease plastic consumption. With this in mind, I will present the key findings of three research studies on plastic water consumption and factors that influence it. The first study I analyzed was performed by et al. And a group of researchers who wanted to test if social norms, environmental values, and image of consumer choice had an impact on the preference of tap or bottled water among Swiss and German participants. Participants filled out a survey that rated 11 characteristics about the three types of water: tap, still, and sparkling bottled water. To the researchers' surprise, societal norms increased the consumption of plastic water for German participants only. This could be due to tap water being perceived by Germans as less appropriate for serving to a guest compared to bottled water. The second study I analyzed was conducted by Luca De Beller and his colleagues. They focus on the polarized perceptions of bottled water drinkers and tap water drinkers. For the study, participants were asked to rate tap water and bottled water on several characteristics. What was hypothesized occurred. Participants who were tap water drinkers had better opinions about tap water, and those who liked bottled water had better opinions about bottled water. However, after conducting a blind drinking test where participants had to rate 7 attributes of the water source they drank and identify it, researchers were stunned to find that participants were unable to identify the water source correctly, which is seen in the table below. This proves that the ratings on the 7 attributes were not based on their real experience of drinking water, but on prior biased views. The last study I analyzed was conducted by Harmon and colleagues at UC Riverside. The researchers wanted to test if prior perceptions on tap and bottled water affected their consumption. Participants were asked to drink water from 3 water samples: reclaimed tap water, ground tap water, and bottled water, without knowing what type of water they were drinking. Then, participants had to rate each water sample on a Likert scale and come up with 3 adjectives to describe it. What was striking to the researchers was that non-preferred water, that is, water with low scores in the Likert scale, were usually described as tap-like. This finding shows how people's dislike of water gets instantly associated with water that is coming from the tap, and therefore highlights how people's past experiences can affect consumption for a certain type of water. In summary, the findings from these three studies provide evidence to the argument that people's psychology, which is rooted on past experiences, values, and biases, can increase or decrease the use of plastic bottled water. Here are my references. Thank you for watching.